real good feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spit. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about a new cryptocurrency project called Safemoon. This project has a very funny chart that we're going to be looking at here in a little bit, and we're going to be going over why you should or should not be investing in this. We're also going to be talking about Venmo, which is owned by PayPal. As you guys know, a couple of months ago, PayPal started its process of fully adopting and integrating Bitcoin, and now one of their companies, Venmo, which you might use, is adopting not only Bitcoin, but several other major cryptocurrencies. This is going to have a huge impact on Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency space, and we're going to be talking about all of that and more in today's live stream. I'm joined as always by your president, non-crypto Tim, otherwise known as the Beard.
What's up, everybody? Also, shout out to Jebb's fine-looking suit.
Ooh, thank you.
Ain't got his jacket on, but I'm telling you what, that's a spiffy-looking suit right there.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much, Tim. That was very nice. We're also joined by Smee, otherwise known as Smee the Tree, Team Smee. He is here producing the show. Give a one in chat if you love your friend Smee. How
Hi
you doing,
guys,
Smee?
especially hi to Krista.
Ooh, there we go.
I mean,
There we go. Guys, this stream is brought to you by none other than our very own Smagatang.
No, I told you I wasn't gonna do it. I told you.
Do
I
the
wasn't-
thing.
This is for you, Krista.
Come on, Krista.
I'm gonna do my impression.
Oh my god.
It's the Smangatang, guys. Hashtag Team Smangatang.
Oh no!
That's your man right there, Krista. I hope you're watching.
Oh no!
That probably gained us. That probably was gonna gain us like 300 likes and
Oh
like
my
500 people leaving the stream. Like that's.
Oh my god!
That right there.
my gosh.
Bro, I'm sorry for everyone who's wearing headphones, guys.
Krista said that's hot.
What the world?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right, all right.
Oh my
51
goodness.
swing attack!
Oh my gosh. All right, guys.
All right,
We're going
get
to talk
back
about
into it.
Safemoon in this stream. Tim, would you mind introducing just a little bit of what exactly Safemoon is and why we are talking about it?
I don't know if I can fully give it introduction. The coin is kind of in the name, Safe and Moon. It was created to moon in a safe way, I guess, is the point of that. It's a 3-week-old coin. As if you guys are holding it or you guys are interested in it, you might have found that out already. But that being said, it does have the absolute greatest technical TA in the history of TA.
It's got some great TA, guys.
It is phenomenal. Is it up on stream?
Drop a 1 in chat. Do you want to see the TA? Smay, can we switch over to my chart? Yeah, so guys, here is the chart of Safemoon. As you guys can see, it has been trading sideways for the last 2 days. Its volume is relatively low, and unfortunately, I don't know why, but the MACD and the no, I'm kidding, guys. This is I'm joking. I'm fully aware that this is the most hilarious chart I have ever seen. There's literally nothing here. I don't know what you want me to do. This is a technical analysis channel. Like, what do I do about this? You know? Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and look at some news articles about Safemoon. Yeah. Safemoon is up 130%. I beg to differ. Nevertheless, Safemoon is up 130% and what you should know about it. DeFi token Safemoon, with ticker symbol Safemoon, because they forgot the ticker symbols are supposed to be 3 to 4 characters, has surged over 1,300% in the past, 130% in the past 24 hours, and over 2,900% in 3 weeks, drawing interest from a variety of investors in the crypto space. And by the way, guys, I will tell you from our own SEO that we use to back up this stream, that's us looking at the trends of search interest and search volume on things. There are so many of you guys looking up Safemoon right now, so give me a 7 in chat if you've heard about this project and you want to learn more. Let's keep moving here. The newly launched protocol aims to build rewards for people who hold their tokens longer time. That's a crock of crap. That right there is just full of it. That's not why this cryptocurrency was created. They can say whatever they want. It was designed to moon in a safe fashion. Anyway, let's go back to full screen. Let's talk about this a little bit. I want to see how many 7s there are in chat. How many people have heard about it? That is a lot of 7s. A lot of people have heard about Safemoon. I want to hear what you guys think about Safemoon. Those of you who have heard about it, tell us what your take is on it in the comment section. And while I'm waiting on that, if you'll jump back to my screen, I will show you the coin market cap listing for this. You guys can see that Safemoon is currently sitting at rank 2424. 2,422, and you can see its circulating supply is sitting at 100,000 million billion 642 trillion. Yes, so this was launched with a supply of 1 quadrillion, and they've now burned over 300 trillion tokens. Goodness gracious. Let's go back to full screen. Tim, can you tell us a little bit about the idea behind this project and what they're trying to do with it? They're trying to just moonshot, right?
Yeah, no, so it's the moonshot. There is an interesting concept of the idea that when you buy it, 10% of what you buy, is a fee. But when you get when you sell it or whatever, when you sell it, there's a 10% fee. When you hold it and you buy it, there's a 5% that comes back to you from the seller. Interesting. They want to kind of take this and adopt it to other coins as well. I mean, I saw on there they want to take that to Bitcoin. They want to take it to Ethereum. Jebb had his speculation on why that was stupid and not ever going to work. But that being said, there really isn't that. It's just not a very old coin. The truth is, you have to look it up on CoinMarketCap. It's not just going to pop up.
It is incredibly hard to find.
But no, I don't. We talked about this the other day. I can't find the numbers on this. I've noticed. First of all, today is the first day it's ever been on CoinMarketCap to be able to look up.
Yep.
I've noticed other coins like this. They usually shoot up very, very high the first day, and then after day 2, day 3, they plummet.
Yep.
So that doesn't mean Safemoon's definitely going to plummet. There's a lot more traction with Safemoon than other coins that first get onto CoinMarketCap. But, what do you guys think about that?
So here's what you got to understand, guys. There is a lot of money to be made in Safemoon. Someone said, I bought Joseph Zamzow, cool last name, said, bought Safemoon 2 weeks ago and I'm absolutely destroying it. My friend, you can make a lot of money in these pump and dump coins. I don't want to mince words here. There's money to be made.
Yes, there is.
But here's the deal. This is a zero-sum game. Whenever you're making money, someone has to lose money. There's not wealth being created out of nothing. The second law of thermodynamics talks about laws of physics, but it's similar in economics. Wealth is not created out of nothing. It's created out of the advancement of technology or the exploitation of new resources or the growth of an industry because it is providing value to the global economy. Safemoon provides nothing, which means it is a zero-sum game. It means all the money that you guys are making in it, somebody's going to lose that money. And by the way, because of that 10% buy-sell fee that's going on Safemoon, the people that created it are pocketing. The people making Safemoon are the people making the money, not you. You might make some money, don't get me wrong, but let's put it this way. If you make money on Safemoon, it's the same thing as making money in the lottery. Sure, you made money. Good for you. But just know that it wasn't because of anything you did right. It was because you got lucky. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with winning the lottery and making money. I'm not bashing anyone that does that, but I do warn you against investing in something like this. There's one thing to do with trading, which we've talked about on Dogecoin recently, and there's another thing to invest in. There's nothing to invest in here. If you want to trade it, be very careful because you're more or less playing the lottery. You're more than likely going to lose money. There is an opportunity to make some money. It's just probably not going to happen. That's my take on it, guys. I want to hear what you guys think on the chat. And Tim, what are you seeing in chat?
Well,
what do you think?
I mean, someone's talking about how they made $7,000 in 24 hours.
They did, yeah.
That's awesome.
Good for you.
That's phenomenal.
Good for
great.
you. Someone said lazy 420 peeps. Click the like button, yo.
my
Absolutely.
gosh,
Hit
yeah.
that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200. No, I take that back. Let's see if we can get to 420 likes for 420 day.
Yeah, guys.
Let's go.
Like for 420,
Let's go.
guys.
420
Come on.
likes. Let's see it. Good deal. Drop a like for that smangatang earlier. That was great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and also drop a like if you never want to see it again, because I never want to do it again.
Oh, come on. That's got to be.
I never want to do it
Put
again.
a heart in the chat if you want that to be a running gag. That was hilarious.
No,
we were sitting
no.
here losing it before the stream started because he showed us that he could do that. It was so funny.
I really don't.
By the way, guys, the reason I'm wearing a suit is because we just did an advertisement shoot, and you can find more about that over on our Instagram story. So follow us at CryptoJebb. What are you seeing, Tim?
Not anything in chat. I know we had a story we're going to talk about. So it's not just us saying it's a pump and dump. This is
Yep.
for those who have been in crypto for a while, which I have not. To be fair, I'm a noob, but Jebb has been here for a while, and then I read articles from people who've been there for a while.
on the Reddit
this
article
is
we
a
looked at?
classic. No, even the one before that.
Oh, the
article before that.
Right. Good deal. Guys, here's the thing about Safemoon. If we switch back to my screen real quick, we can look at this article. The Why Safemoon Cryptocurrency up 130%, that one, over on Bazinga. What did you want me to read in here?
So if you go to it, which my computer is being absolutely stupid.
Pseudonymous trader. called
It
Venmo.
talks about, so it enters the story of there's a group that is working behind, it says, at least the source is saying there's a group that's working behind these pumps.
Yes.
Not only in this one, it also Dogecoin.
Yep.
But it talks about the classic tall tale signs of being a pump and dump scheme.
Yep.
But I'll let you read that.
Yeah, guys, look, there is money to be made in pump and dump schemes. This is true. But by the way, there's a reason that this kind of thing is a felony in traditional markets. It's because it is a huge form of market manipulation. And whenever people make money, other people are going to lose money. That needs to be done in a fair way. That's why regulation exists in traditional markets. Look, I think the government needs to be a lot smaller, but stuff like this is where the government's job is to step in, is to protect the people. Whether you agree with that or not, the point is that that's like that in traditional markets for a reason, and it is dangerous for the people that get in on this pump late. Doesn't mean you can't make money on it, although I would not encourage it. The Discord group called Big Pump Signal, which we also have some notes over here from Reddit that we'll look at here in a second, seeks to pump cryptocurrency prices in a controlled manner, as if that were possible. It kind of is, but not in an ethical way. The process of doing so can boost coins by more than 50%, stated the admins. Again, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, this is a felony in traditional markets, and it's that way for a reason. I'm gonna fact check myself on that. You guys can help me with that. I'm pretty sure that that's illegal for a good reason. Anyway, learn while you earn and start taking serious look at options. That's going on to say something else, but I do want to look at this. Recently, a lot of pump and dump groups have been gaining popularity. One of the more prominent ones, the Big Pump Signal, what these groups do is gather tens of thousands of people on Telegram and Discord and create hype around a pump and dump signal. They announce that a coin will be pumped on a specific date and time, at which they announce the exact coin, and at that point, it's a rat race. Anyone who gets in on that rat race early is likely to make money. Anyone who gets in just a couple of minutes late is likely to lose a lot of money. Let's go back to full screen. I want to discuss this really quickly. Guys, I've been working in cryptocurrency markets for 4 years now. I've made millions of dollars working in this space. I have experience, and please listen to me when I tell you, I have seen this happen many, many times. Even when I got into the space back in mid-2017, I was watching this kind of stuff happen, these pump and dump groups. I'm going to tell you something. The federal government is eventually going to shut these down, and they're going to be doing it for good reason. Because when these pump and dumps happen, a lot of people put a lot of money into them, and they lose all their money because they weren't being smart. I'm encouraging you to be intelligent and not make the same mistake that a lot of people do getting involved in these. It is extremely dangerous. You might make money, you might not. You're playing the lottery. If you want to do that, great. Go to Vegas. But this is not the place that you want to do it unless you're willing to lose the money that you're putting in, because there's a high likelihood that you're going to. And I'll also say this from an ethical standpoint, because we take ethics very seriously here on this channel. I don't think that there's anything at all integral about pumping and dumping a coin for the sake of making you money at the expense of the little guy who doesn't know any better and who is going to lose money. I think, quite frankly, it's disgusting when people do this. That's not popular. A lot of people are going to hate on me for saying that, but I look out for the guy that isn't having anyone else look out for them, and no one else is willing to say that, so I'm going to say it. I do not endorse these pump and dump groups. I think they're disgusting, and I would encourage you to stay away from them. I've made my peace.
To even echo, what Jebb is saying, and I'm hearing it in chat. People are talking about, the government printing money should be a crime as well.
I agree. I agree. The government printing money should be a crime.
We were talking about it on a table this morning. The unfortunate detail is there are crooks that are in government. There are crooks that are in central banking systems. But trading that crook for another crook is still operating.
You still
with
have a crook.
So this idea of, hey, I'm anti-establishment, I'm anti-Wall Street, I'm anti-big banking system, but trading their evilness to go to scammers and hackers and these pump and dump groups is just exchanging one evil for another evil. We have to, the reason why good sound money like Bitcoin is so important is because it is the fight against both the higher authority and the scammer on the side of the road who just wants to rob you blind, right? So to be fair, we talked about this morning. This is not us saying there won't be people that make money from Safemoon and Dogecoin.
Oh, yeah.
You will make...
And congratulations if you did.
As one person pointed out, he made $7,000 in a very...
Good for
24
you.
hours, I think, right?
Yep.
So the analogy that I used this morning is if you are thinking to get into this coin, picture trying to jump a break in the bridge with a car. If you make that landing, that will be super cool. You will be a legend. But if you don't make it, it is disastrous. So we talked about this earlier this week with Dogecoin. What is the strategy if you're going to invest? Because again, we are not here to tell you what to do. We're here to teach you how to think. So how you should think is, this is a dangerous coin. I don't want to touch it. But if you do decide to touch it, and if you do decide to invest, don't overextend yourself and use money that you don't need. We were talking about it with Smay even this morning. His brother, I think, lost money in Ethereum. Was that right, Smay?
Yeah.
Didn't lose money. He just sold it.
Yeah.
He sold Ethereum when it was at 1900 rather than sitting and waiting it to go up. At the end of the day, the question is, hey, you need to know how to handle your money. Did you need money, and in which case you need to pull out? Or can you get by with leaving it in safe, sound places? Same thing here. If you believe in Safemoon, because I'm seeing the chat, listen, there's a lot of people hating on it, a lot of people loving on it.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the beauty of crypto is that no one can tell you what to do with your money.
And good.
You just need to know how to think with your money. So if you believe in Safemoon, do it. But don't put money there that you don't need.
Also, guys, or
that you do need.
So I want to hear what you guys think. Drop a 1. I want everyone to participate in this real quick. Drop a 1 in chat if you like Safemoon and you're investing in it, and drop 2 in chat if you're not a fan of Safemoon and you're not going to get in it. And by the way, I've seen a couple of people, Eye of the Beholder, you're one of them, making very good points. It's a big gamble to stay in fiat. Just so you know, I have 4 times as much money in cryptocurrency as I do in the US dollar. I completely agree with you. I totally agree with that. I absolutely, fully, well and truly agree that fiat money is something you need to be aware of. I absolutely, fully and truly and absolutely agree that printing money and stealing and siphoning money away from people through the devaluation of our currency is something that we shouldn't do. I fully agree with that. I just don't agree with Safemoon either. It's not that I disagree with Safemoon, therefore I agree with the US dollar and its inflationary monetary policy. I preach about that all the time. I'm not a fan of the way that works, but what I am a fan of is hard sound money like Bitcoin. Let me tell you something, guys. This is a maxim or an axiom that you should remember. Those that get rich quickly will get poor quickly. They will lose their money quickly because they built it on nothing. They're going to be a rocket ship, and they're going to go up and up and up into the sky, and then they're going to run out of fuel, and they're going to come down, and they're going to crash and they're burned. Those that make money slowly and get rich slowly over the course of years are going to either get poor very slowly, or they're going to stay in flight. Getting rich very quickly, following the instant gratification culture that we live in right now, is like riding a rocket and then it falling and it crashing because it has no wings. But getting rich slowly is like taking a plane off with wings. And even if something bad starts happening, you have those wings that you can glide down to the ground with and be nice and safe. You can't do that in a rocket without any wings, guys. If it runs out of fuel, you're done. But if you get rich slowly and you act like a plane and not like a rocket, you're going to be very thankful you did. It's going to take longer. It is going to take patience. But guys, there's a reason when you look at successful people, what is one of the things that they have? They have something that I like to call aggressive patience. Every single day, they're working really, really hard to go and get what they want, but they are patient in understanding that's going to take time. I didn't build the wealth that I have right now overnight. I didn't ride one cryptocurrency to the moon and then get rich like that. I built habits. And I actually became successful because I adopted successful mindsets. I've made my point on that, guys. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's see if we can't get to 420 likes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
420, baby.
Yeah. A good question that was asked in chat, Jebb, and I know we've touched on this before, but I want you to touch on it.
And no, by the way,
again.
this is not a paid review of Safemoon. Absolutely not. We would not take their money.
No. So someone asked, how would we know when a coin is a good choice or when it is simply a pump and dump? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, number one, be skeptical of any major rally until it's stayed where it rallied to for a while. For example, let's go to my chart and I will give a good example of that. Bitcoin has rallied up above $50,000, and we've stayed up here for several weeks. We've been up here for roughly 60 days. However, if we look back on the history of Bitcoin, Bitcoin rallied to $20,000 back over here, and we only stayed up here for a couple of days before having a massive correction. I'm skeptical of this rally because it didn't last very long. In the same way that a couple of months ago, I was skeptical of the rally that we were in. When it was sitting right here, when Bitcoin was literally sitting right here, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can trust that Bitcoin's going to stay up here. But as Bitcoin continued to trade sideways and spend time up here around $50,000, then I'm confident, okay, Bitcoin is probably worth $50,000 right now. Makes sense that it is trading up here. I am comfortable buying this cryptocurrency. On the other hand, Bitcoin rallying to $20,000 back over here, it wasn't ready for it. The fundamentals weren't there. The adoption wasn't there. The hype wasn't there. The regulatory certainty and clarity wasn't there. It just wasn't worth $20,000 just yet. Now it is worth $20,000 and more. It's worth $50,000. It's stayed up here for a while. You don't see that happening on something like a Dogecoin, and you certainly don't see it happening on something like a Safemoon that, if we look over here, has rallied exorbitantly. Look, guys, again, let's go back to full screen. I'm going to say this and we're going to move on because I feel like I'm repeating myself. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but here's the deal. There's nothing necessarily wrong with making money on a pump and dump. There's nothing wrong with trading. I encourage you guys to trade, but I do encourage you to do it wisely. It is not wise to buy into the top. And anyone who doesn't get that, you probably just got into the space. Welcome to the space. You want to be careful about that. Anyway, I've made all the points that I want to make on that. Anything else that we want to talk?
Yeah, a couple of questions.
Sure.
Something I want to point out. Someone asked, like, why shouldn't someone take $20 and risk making $1,000 with it?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing, guys. There's a golden rule in cryptocurrency. Give me a 1 in chat if you already know what the golden rule is. The golden rule of cryptocurrency and the golden rule of investment is do not invest more money than you're willing to lose. And I'm glad you asked that because this is a good point. If you're willing to lose 20 bucks, go for it. You'll probably make some money on it. There's a good chance that you're going to lose it. But if you're willing to lose that money, then fine. That's okay. What I am warning of is I don't want people to go and put thousands and thousands of dollars or someone to go and put half their life savings in Safemoon. And the reason I'm so passionate about this, guys, and the reason I've been talking about this over and over and over again so much lately is because I've witnessed firsthand many people do this. They lose their life savings and they are screwed. They've worked very hard for it, and the emotional damage, not just the financial damage, but the emotional damage that does. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you're married. Let's say you're married and you took all of your life savings, you put it into a cryptocurrency, and it tanked, and you lost 80% of it, and then you have to go and face your wife. You have to go tell your kids that, oh, I'm sorry, we can't eat dinner for the next week because daddy just lost all his money gambling. That's why I take this seriously. It's not about 20 bucks. Go invest your 20 bucks, guys. For example, I think Dogecoin is a horrible investment. Smay's buying Dogecoin. Nothing wrong with that. You know how much Dogecoin Smay bought? $100,000, $10,000, $5,000, half his life savings. He bought 20 bucks. He can afford to lose 20 bucks. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Just be careful with investing large amounts. I am on a soapbox at this point.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to kind of clean up what you're saying. First of all, if you are solid, financially, and you want to take a small percentage of your money to put into a coin like this to potentially have that lottery effect, go for it. What Jebb is speaking to, he's not speaking to you guys who have been in crypto for a while and take these risks all the time, and you know your game.
I'm speaking to the noobs.
To get out. He is talking to that person who is sitting here with hardcore FOMO, watching this coin pump, and is wondering, should I take potentially thousands of dollars that I was going to use towards something else, but make a risk and try to turn that into a lot? And then they get devastated when they can't time the peak the way experienced crypto people have done it, and they lose everything. We've heard those. We've gotten emails from people who have lost everything based off of bad trade, based off of pump and dumps, based off of just not knowing what they're doing.
I have literally read dozens. I'm talking dozens of emails, guys, of people that are on the ledge, metaphorically, maybe literally. The point, I'm not going to say it because we're on YouTube, but you get my point. I've had dozens of those emails, and you have no idea how much that hurts. Let me tell you something, guys. What we're talking about right here is not popular. If we were pumping Safemoon and saying, oh my gosh, you can make 1,000x overnight, we would have 10,000 concurrent watching right now. We would make a lot more money from selling courses, from ad revenue, from you guys signing up with our private affiliate link. We would personally make a lot more money if we compromised our integrity and compromised our core values, and we compromise what we know is right to give you what you think you want. We'd make a lot more money. Everyone sitting here would make more money if we did that. I'm not going to do that because I put my morality much higher than I put the profit margin of this business. And if you're interested in that, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel because we may not be a giant channel, but I'll tell you why, because a lot of the people in cryptocurrency want to hear that. I'm not here to tell you what you want. I'm here to tell you what you need. If that overlaps, then great, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been in this space for a long time. It is dangerous, and I don't want to get any more emails like that. So again, I'm not talking to experienced people that are making a lot of money. For all of you who made money in Safemoon, great. There's about to be a lot of money they're going to lose money in Safemoon, and I'm talking to the people that want to get in right now, and they're thinking about putting thousands of dollars into it. It's dangerous. It's not a good bet. The risk to reward ratio is incredibly low. The return on investment is incredibly unlikely. It's not something you want to do. If there are any other great questions, then let's get to them. But otherwise, let's move on because we've been on this for a while.
What we see a lot of people. There's some Safemoon lovers. There's some haters. There's some people saying this is the worst thing in the world. People saying it's here to stay. It's going to be the next cake. Maybe. Here's the thing. You can't make that call after a coin's only been around for 3 weeks.
Yep.
It's just too early.
Yep.
So, yeah, we can move on.
Smash the like button, guys. We are going to go ahead and move on to some news about PayPal. Guys, I've said this a lot lately. This is probably one of the biggest stories that we've seen in a while.
We got a lot of big stories.
We got a lot of big stories lately, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is fundamental adoption. This is fundamental development on Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies. You don't see this kind of thing happening on SafeMoon. Let's jump to my chart real quick, Smay. Let's jump to my screen. PayPal owned Venmo, which I use. Show of hands, who in this room uses Venmo? Do you guys use Venmo? Yeah, I know you do.
I use Venmo.
He used to be my personal trainer before he worked for me in the company.
I got paid.
I paid him on Venmo. Venmo is a mass adopted program. Did you say you use Smay?
Yeah, I use Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo uses Smay. Smay uses Venmo. The Smangatang uses Venmo. He's a very intelligent Smangatang. Either way, Krista, you got a smart fellow there. Anyway,
shout out to Krista.
Venmo is a very, very widely adopted medium, which you guys probably already knew. Venmo is following in the footsteps of its rivals, Square's Cash App, by introducing cryptocurrency trading and transaction capabilities. Payment app Square made headlines and dollars when it integrated Bitcoin trading into its mobile platform back during the Bitcoin bull run of winter 2017. You guys may remember that. Now, rival payments firm Venmo, owned by PayPal, who adopted Bitcoin themselves a few months ago, is following suit by launching cryptocurrency trading for 4 major coins: Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, which is spelled wrong. Shout out to you, Cointelegraph. It ain't easy. It's okay. We make typos also.
They need to hire our copywriter.
They need to hire our copywriter, yeah, which is your wife.
We fixed them. We used to misspell things, but we ain't doing that recently.
And Bitcoin crap, abbreviated BCH. Beginning on Tuesday and set to be... I'm sorry, it's just true. I can talk about that in another video if you'd like. Beginning on Tuesday and set to be widely available within the next few weeks, Venmo's 70 million customers will be able to buy, hold, and sell crypto directly within the Venmo app. Let's go back to full screen. This is a big deal, guys. There are a lot of big deals going on. This is just one of the many that we've seen lately. At the end of the day, there are multiple things that drive adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, or of anything really, and one of the big ones is having the systems and the foundations in place that on-ramp something to become mass adopted. For example, for the internet to become mass adopted, what do you need? You need cables. You need a lot of them.
Yeah.
You need an internet connection in every home. If you want the internet to be mass adopted, you got to start putting up telephone poles that have internet on them. That's the infrastructure that allows for every home to get on the internet. That took 10, 15 years. That's still happening. There's still places in this world right now, even in this country right now, that don't have internet. In fact, more than half of the world does not have a wired connection to the internet. I might be wrong on that. I believe that's true. We can fact check myself on that statistic. The point is, a lot of people don't have it. That's what like Elon Musk is doing through Starlink, and what Google's trying to do, etc. The point is that you need infrastructure to allow for the mass adoption of whatever. The mass adoption of Netflix has to be predicated on the mass adoption of internet. In the same way, the mass adoption of Bitcoin has to be predicated on the mass adoption of systems that allow for Bitcoin to be adopted. This is another one of those infrastructures that allows for Bitcoin to ascend from this random project on the internet that 100,000 people have heard of several years ago to where multiple tens and hundreds of millions of people are going to see it and potentially use it every single day. This is one of the big adoption stories you need to pay attention to, and there's been a lot of these lately. There's a reason why Bitcoin is able to trade above $50,000 right now when it wasn't able to even trade above $10,000 for very long, only 3 years ago. The development on Bitcoin has gone up by like 500% in the last 3 years, and that's only going to increase. Bitcoin is likely to be worth over $250,000 in the next several years. And let me tell you something, that $250,000 is going to be here to stay because it's built on something. Safemoon, Dogecoin, these projects are built on nothing, and they're going to pump, they're going to go up. I'm going to tell you in today's afternoon video that Dogecoin very well may go to $1 before it crashes, but the point is it is going to crash. Bitcoin is built on something. And for that reason, if you're planning on investing in something, Bitcoin is where you want to look. Dogecoin and Safemoon, you can make money trading. More power to you if you do. So can you do the same thing on Bitcoin, but I would encourage you, if you're looking at investing in something, you need to look at the fundamentals. You need to look at the adoption metrics. You need to look at the regulatory space around it. Is this cryptocurrency under lawsuit and litigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission? Ripple. It looks like that's getting pushed aside, and that's not going to be something that they have to worry about. That might come back up. I'd be careful about that. You just want to understand what the fundamentals say if you're going to invest in a project. Anyway, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's see if we can't get to 420 likes. We'll have to ask, definitely not Hi Zach, what 420 means. I'm really not sure. Does anybody know in chat what that's a reference to?
Oh my gosh.
As if I didn't know. You know what's funny, guys? Our office suite, because we're on the 4th floor. Somebody said hit the like button. Because we're on the 4th floor, our office suite is actually 420, right? That's pretty.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You forgot about that, didn't you? Our office is office 420. Pretty funny. Anyway, guys, drop a like and let's see what we have in chat. Are there any questions in chat that we would like to answer? And if not, where are we moving next, Tim?
So what I was doing is researching, because I wanted it before I said the number, and I don't know if I have the exact number. Some of you guys know it. What's crazy about what Jebb was just saying is, as we continue to steamroll towards mass adoption with Bitcoin, we don't have Bitcoin being operated and exchanging hands daily the way most currencies are done, right? And yet, at least according to this, it is I think this is wrong. I think it's higher than this. It says here it's 14th on the top fiat currencies by market capitalization. Bitcoin is sitting at number 14.
Yeah.
I saw another article which was old. It said it actually was the 3rd most valuable currency in the world. This is crazy because we don't even utilize it on a daily basis yet. Imagine what happens when we do. Now, I know there's naysayers saying that it's never going to get there. It's nothing more than a great commodity. I would encourage you guys to continue to dig in, form your own opinions on this. Read the Bitcoin Standard, understand what currency is and why it's operated, because the reason why we're such big believers in its ability to be used as a currency is rooted in the history of finance and why we use it in the first place. Why don't we just exchange and barter things like the old days? We need currency. We need that medium of exchange, but it needs to have certain things about it that make it the perfect exchange, and Bitcoin meets all of those specs. So, it's just crazy how valuable it is, despite the fact that, one of the things that people hate about it is like, oh, you can't utilize it. You can't utilize it as currency. You can't utilize it as currency. Well, guess what? It's already one of the top currencies in the world, and we don't even use it as a currency yet. So, do you see any questions? Like I said, I wasn't really paying attention to chat.
Someone asked a very good question. I asked them in chat. I think it was Christine, or Christian rather. Christian Rosso asked me, why do you not buy privacy coins. There's the word for it. Do I not buy privacy coins because of concerns about the Securities and Exchange Commission? Yes, I don't. As much as I actually like the Monero project, XMR, and a couple of the other privacy coins in the space, I think they're really cool projects. I don't own any of them, and I don't invest in them, because eventually some government agency is going to crack down hard on that, because it is straight up a method to do money laundering. It just period. Like I'm not encouraging anyone to do this, obviously. You can very easily launder money through a privacy coin. And for that reason, they, above all else in cryptocurrency, are eventually going to come under massive regulation. You can mark my words on that. I've been saying that for 2.5 years. It's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it is going to happen. There's a lot that goes on in cryptocurrencies right now that is Wild West compared to the traditional markets. Look, guys, 90% of what the government does, that might be an exaggeration, but a large percent of what the government does is a waste of their resources. It's an infringement on our liberties, and it's not something that I stand behind. Stopping people from laundering money, that's kind of part of it. That's kind of part of their job. Anyway, guys, I would be very careful about privacy coins for that reason. That being said, that doesn't mean that you can't make money in a trade. Here's the deal, guys. We want you to make money. We want you to make a lot of money in cryptocurrency, but I want you to make money in a way that is going to be sustainable. You don't see people becoming billionaires because they picked the right altcoin. You don't see people becoming billionaires because they got lucky and because they won the lottery. And if they do become a billionaire that way, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're probably going to lose it overnight because they don't know what they're doing with it. What I do want to do is I want to teach you mindsets and concepts and skill sets that will liberate you from the financial slavery that you're in right now because of the way that our current economic model works. Inflationary monetary policy through inflating the U.S. dollar is a way of taxing the people. It's the same thing with every other fiat currency on planet Earth, by the way. Fiat currency means government money that is not backed by anything. Fiat money is printed year over year, roughly 2%, more like 25% this year.
Yeah.
It's not quite that number. It's actually, I think, higher than that. The amount of money that's been injected into the economy right now is insane. The point is, whenever the government prints money, it devalues all currency, and therefore, since they printed the money, the value goes to whomever has the money that they just printed. If they devalue all the currency by 2%, by creating 2% new currency, whoever's holding that 2% currency, yeah, they lost 2% of whatever money that was printed, but they still have a bunch of money that was siphoned from you because they taxed you by inflating your currency and giving money to someone else. I don't want that to happen to us anymore, because if you were to buy the US dollar 75, 80 years ago, you would have, and you bought $100, that $100 would be worth $2 right now. $2 back then is worth what $100 is worth right now. Your savings got absolutely decimated if you were in the US dollar. That will not happen in Bitcoin. And by the way, guys, this is a topic for a different day, but I will mention it really quickly. Bitcoin probably will not become a daily driver currency. What it's probably going to become is something called a reserve currency. Right now, the US dollar is the world reserve currency. It used to be that gold was the world reserve currency. It was the world reserve commodity. We were on the gold standard. We've now gone off of that, and fiat money has replaced that. But the deal is that there's always going to be a reserve currency. Jeb, what's a reserve currency? It is something that other currencies are backed by. A good reserve currency should be non-inflatable. It should have a very high stock-to-flow ratio, meaning that it's difficult to create more of it. That limited supply secures your value for the long run. It increases something called the salability of money over time. It creates something called hard and sound money. Go do your research on all that. We have a bunch of videos coming out on that relatively soon, so subscribe to the channel because I'll go into those concepts more in future content. The point here is that Bitcoin embodies those principles that will bring about increased economic liberation for you over the course of the long term. However, if you're just banking on getting the right altcoin right now, sure, you're going to make some money, but what did you learn? Because I've always believed that the best investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself. And on that note, let's go ahead and do some Bitcoin technical analysis, as I know you guys are excited for. If we can go ahead and jump on over to my chart, we will do just that. Guys, we saw a lot of trading happen over the last week or so. We saw a pretty big dump. And yesterday, we actually saw that Bitcoin was going into a slight rally, a slight bounce. You can see I drew this on my chart a couple days ago. Tim was actually pointing out this rally right here and asked if this was going to result in Bitcoin rallying to the upside. And I told him, yeah, Tim, that's possible, but it's unlikely, and I'll tell you why. Bitcoin pulled back quite a bit here. We're on the hourly chart for anyone who wants to follow along. And in the span of 17 hours, Bitcoin pulled back 15%. You can see here that Bitcoin rallied another 8.5% in 21 hours following, and then you might be encouraged if you see Bitcoin do this that, oh, it's about to go back up to $63,000. Look at this. It's rallying, isn't it? Just to give you a little bit more context, let's say that the market is right here. What do you do in this case? Do you assume that Bitcoin is going to rally to the upside, or do you assume that Bitcoin is going to correct to the downside? Here's the way that I look at this chart. Notice how quickly we fell. Notice how slow we're rallying. This is roughly a right angle. You see this happen quite a bit. This angle is much steeper than this one. We're rallying slower than we fell. That indicates that the bulls are weak and the bears are strong, which indicates that you want to be careful about going into an uptrend if the bulls are weak and the bears are strong. This right here is what is known as a bear flag. You guys can see I have it drawn right here. I drew it yesterday. We went into a downtrend, we rallied at roughly a 90-degree angle, and then what we can do is we can take our drawing here and we can use this as a price target. Now, guys, price targets are incredibly, incredibly vague. I would not bank exactly on where this is pointing at, but the point is that it's pointing slightly to the downside. If we go ahead and play this out here, you can see that that's exactly what Bitcoin did. This is what I predicted was going to happen when I was talking to Tim about this yesterday. We can see this bear flag broke to the downside, and then we ended up using this bear flag as a level of resistance because of that. Bitcoin having a bear flag is something you want to be careful of. Anyway, looking out at the longer term, I've talked about this recently, so I'll be brief. We see that there is a level of support on Bitcoin at $50,500, and there's an uptrending level of support right here that we can see more clearly down on the 4-hourly chart, constituted by this low right here and this low over here. You can even pick this up and move it slightly to the upside, something like that, but I personally like it where it was right here. Bitcoin is attempting to set a double bottom at the moment. We have a bottom here and a bottom here. And the question now becomes, are we going to be able to break $57,500? That is the level to beat. If we're able to beat that, we will likely rally to the upside. If we cannot, we will likely break our level of support, our uptrending level of support, and fall to the downside. This is our resistance, $57,500. I'll go ahead and turn that red because I use red to indicate and demarcate resistance on my chart. And then if we break to the downside, well, obviously we're likely to go to the downside. So the question now becomes, which direction do we think Bitcoin is going to go? Here's something that you should take an eye at, that you should take a look at. we can see that Bitcoin just broke bullish on the 4-hourly chart MACD. In fact, it's broken bullish pretty quickly. You can see how fast this histogram jumped off the metaphorical cliff and pushed Bitcoin back towards bullishness. You can also see we're sitting at negative 1,400 pips right here, which means that the MACD is incredibly overextended to the downside. Looking at the RSI, you can also see that RSI bottomed out here around 25. Last time we did that was back in mid-February around Valentine's Day, and we ended up going into a major rally. So what are we going to do here? Let's take a vertical line. I showed Tim this earlier. You can take a vertical line and look back at all of the previous times that we have seen Bitcoin have a bullish cross on 4-hourly chart MACD, and you can do historical analysis. Guys, historical analysis is essentially what technical analysis is. It's looking back on a pattern, seeing if that pattern has happened in the past. So these vertical lines right here represent the last 4 times, once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times that Bitcoin had a bullish MACD cross on the 4-hourly chart. So let's analyze what happened. On this rally, we saw, on this cross, Bitcoin rallied 28% in 8.5 days. Cool. On this rally right here, Bitcoin rallied 3% in 2 days. Nothing great, but it's definitely not bad. On this case, we rallied 13.5% in 7 days. And in this case, we rallied 14% in 7 days. So the point is here is that almost every single time in the last couple of months that we've seen a bullish MACD cross on 4-hourly, there has been a large rally. So here's the question. Is that going to happen this time? I am actually inclined to believe so. I predicted that Bitcoin would pull back to $50,000 before bouncing, but I also said that there's a slightly less likely but certainly possible chance that we'll just bounce from this uptrend. Either one of these scenarios is likely to play out, and right now, based on the last 24 hours of price history, it looks like this one is more likely. I want to hear your opinions on that in the comment section. Let's go back to full screen. Do you guys think, based on this 4-hourly information, that we are about to go into a new rally and we're about to push back up towards $57,500? Or do you think that Bitcoin is about to have a major correction and drop all the way down to 50 before rallying? In both cases, I think Bitcoin's going to go into a strong rally, but I'd love to hear your take on that. Give me a 1 in chat if you like the idea of it bouncing now, and 2 in chat if you agree with the idea that it's going to bounce after pulling back to 50,000. Let's get some votes on that in the chat. What do you think, Tim? What do you think it's going to do, bud?
Man, this is hard. This is so hard. We said the other day on the show, Bitcoin is sitting in a place where, okay, so for those of you who are new to the show, we do a prediction every single Monday on what it will look like Friday, and it's just for fun. We don't make any trades based off that information, and we don't advise anybody else make trades off that because it is hard to know. In normal circumstances, Bitcoin is hard to read a couple days out, simply because of the volatility and the news that could break at any moment. What we were sitting at on Monday, it would not have surprised me if we see Bitcoin sitting at 45,000 on Friday. It also wouldn't surprise me if we saw it sitting closer to the 70,000. Now, I don't think we're going to get all the way back to the 70,000. I don't think we have enough momentum going there. That being said, we've seen crazy things happen before.
The point is, right now, things are kind of all over the place on Bitcoin, and it's hard to tell. I'll be honest with you guys. What we've just seen is that we just took an Etch-a-Sketch, and we just shook it up. We just took a whiteboard, we just wiped it clean. We just, I don't know, think of another analogy. I don't care. The point is, we just completely wiped the slate, and the technical analysis kind of has to restart. And the reason is because we just had a big dump. We just had news come in about Turkey partially banning Bitcoin. A lot of things just changed. And now we're having this new news come out about Venmo adopting Bitcoin. That changes things, guys. That's going to lead to some changes in our technical landscape. So as far as what I think is going to happen, it does look more likely that today, based on everything we've seen in the last 24 hours, not based on information we had yesterday, that Bitcoin very well may bounce from where it is right now. Large part of that may have to do with the adoption story coming from Venmo. Shout out in chat if you were looking forward to using that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tim?
Now, I do want to say, so I was texting with, for those of you who met him last week, No Chill Dasa, our head of research. Some of you were asking in chat about this Venmo story. I think I'm not even making a real statement, and I was saying this in chat to somebody. I will always do my best to be honest with you guys no matter what. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you I don't know. So this is one of those things I don't know. I'm just going to preface this statement with I don't know for sure. But it is looking like at the moment you can't pull Bitcoin off of Venmo or PayPal. You can exchange it, you can hold it. So, I mean, consequently, you could sit there and let it sit in your Venmo account or your PayPal, and as Bitcoin price goes up, you'll gain value versus if Bitcoin price goes down, you lose value. But someone asking in chat, so I want to answer that question. It looks like at this point, there is no option to pull Bitcoin off of Venmo or PayPal. That being said, we don't know if that's a project they're working on to fix in the future. We do know you can sit there and just let it sit in your account and accrue there. But that's something we got to keep an eye on because it is one of those questions. If I can't take Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash out of PayPal and Venmo and put it into my wallet, which a lot of people want to do. They want to move their Bitcoin to their cold wallets. Is it really going to be utilized that much? I don't know. I think people are going to use it. I think people are going to use it because it's cool. I think anytime something new comes out, people like to just do things. Like I'm sure, I don't know when exactly, but I'm sure there's been several cars and Tesla bought with Bitcoin already, just for the sake of saying, hey, I bought a car with Bitcoin, you know? But this is a problem I think long-term we need to see solved. Let me know in chat. What do you think that's a problem that you can't move it, or do you think that's just fine? It'll just be a new place to hold Bitcoin.
Yeah, want to hear your take on that, guys. Let's see if there's anything else that we wanted to cover. I believe there was one small adoption story. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump onto my screen. I want to talk about this real quick. Wework, now accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Real estate company Wework is taking payment for its services in Bitcoin and will hold the crypto it receives on its balance sheet. So they're not even going to sell it and liquidate it. They're going to hold it. Real estate company Wework is now accepting payments in Bitcoin through crypto payment service BitPay. BitPay's been around for a long time, and they are one of the OGs in Bitcoin adoption and payment processing in that realm. The company intends to hold any Bitcoin received rather than converting it into fiat currency, which, by the way, is exactly what we do when you pay us in Bitcoin. We hold it on our balance sheet. Real estate company Wework has been the latest in a string of companies to start accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through crypto payment provider BitPay. Shout out to BitBoy Crypto.
Ew.
It's hard to speak nowadays, guys. Either way, I'll go ahead and skip through this. It's pretty simple. The co-working space said that it will pay landlord and third-party partners using cryptocurrencies. It will pay them through Coinbase. Multiple other companies have announced BitPay integrations in recent weeks. This is people paying for rent in Bitcoin. Let's go back full screen. Here's the deal, guys. This is one of the big areas of the economy that needs to be adopting Bitcoin if we're going to see mass adoption. At the end of the day, the real estate market, besides the derivatives market, which in my opinion is a fake market, tell me if you would like to see content on that in the future, the real estate market is one of the largest markets in the world that is actually a valuable market and actually has something backing it up that we need to penetrate for Bitcoin to become mass adopted. Period. It's a huge market. There's only so much land. It's one of the other commodities. It's one of the other few commodities that has a truly limited supply, along with gold. Bitcoin needs to be adopted in that space. If people start paying rent in Bitcoin, you know how much money is paid in rent every single month in America? I don't know what the number is. I would assume it's in the hundreds of billions of dollars, though. There's a huge amount of money there, and if Bitcoin's adopted in that space, that is going to be a big, big deal. So shout out to that, and let me know what you guys think about that in the chat. I believe that's actually everything we want to talk about today, guys. Is there anything else?
Sure. There is someone, Ryan Lozon said he has pulled off of PayPal. Like I said, I preface what I said, but I don't know because I've never pulled off of PayPal to put into my wallet. I would love to know more on that. This is all obviously developing because this is new. There's a lot of things and kinks that are going to be worked out. But we will keep you guys up to date on that because that is very important. But that being said, that's all the content we have for today. Let us know in chat what you guys think on all of that. And unless, Jebb, you see anything you want to touch?
I have one more thing I want to say, and it's just a promise I want to give you guys here on this channel because I strongly believe in the word integrity, and integrity means sticking to the morals that you hold. I have a moral of doing what I say, and I have a moral of saying what I mean and meaning what I say and doing what I say I'm going to do. And I believe it's dishonest to not do that because if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, that's called lying. That's called dishonesty, and that's not what I'm about. I take truth-telling very seriously. In fact, I have a long list of people that I've never told a single lie to that I know of. Tim's one of them. I can't think of a single time I've ever lied to you about anything, jokes or otherwise, Tim. Same thing with Smay. There are people in my life that I've lied to. I'm not perfect. Everybody lies. I take it very seriously, and I'm not going to get into it in this stream, but there's a reason. It has to do with a very, very dangerous event that happened in 10th grade where someone almost lost their life. It's very serious to me. I take integrity and honesty very seriously. So I'm going to give you a promise right now, backed up with how incredibly important I take that. I'm going to give you a promise. I promise that I am not going to promote a pump and dump coin when I don't believe in its fundamentals. I've never done it once, and I'm never going to do it again. Never going to do it again. I'm never going to do it, period. I've never done it in the first place because I believe in investing in the long term. And if that's something you believe in, subscribe to the channel. If you're not about that, sorry, this might not be the channel for you, but I want to help instill in you guys values and mindsets and core principles that are actually going to benefit you in the long run, because this channel is not about me, and it's not about Tim, and it's not about Smay, and it's not about the 10-man team that we have behind the scenes that you guys don't see every day. It's not about us. It's about you. I am here to make your life better by teaching you how I became a crypto millionaire, teaching you how the crypto millionaires are actually doing it. I want to give you those resources because I believe that you're going to go out and do something good with those resources after you've achieved them. But there is a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. There's a successful way to do it, and there's an unsuccessful way to do it. I'm going to teach you the right way to do it. And if that's something you're about, subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 100K subs, and I would love for you to be able to say that you were here before this channel exploded. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There's some really funny stories of me getting my makeup done on Instagram. If you'd like to know what that's about, go check out our Instagram. We were doing a video shoot. It's pretty funny. If you'd like to see that, it's at CryptoJebb. Guys, if you have any questions for us, as always, make sure to leave them in the comments. Subscribe for the video that we're going to do later, because I have a video coming out on Bitcoin versus Dogecoin. And you can also email us if you have any real important questions about our course, which you can find a link for in the description box down below at support@cryptojebb.com. Anyway, guys, if there's nothing else, then that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.